So for all of you out there that are working today, tomorrow, because a lot of people have to work Christmas, if you can believe it, depending on their occupation. Um,
Yeah, believe it or not, the world still spins even though it's Christmas. It's not cool for some people, but I know that life doesn't exist outside of your little bubble. But yes, people will still be doing things on Christmas. Wild idea for this guy, apparently.
did you know that the movie theater industry, that tomorrow is their biggest day of the year, Christmas Day? How about you stay closed on Christmas Day, right? Like, what the heck? That's pretty ridiculous in my opinion, but
That's the worst opinion ever. I don't know. I didn't like look up the movie theater to see if Christmas is in fact their like busiest day of the year or whatever, but if it is, let's just run with what he's saying here. If that's true, then why would they close if it's their most lucrative day of the year? And movie theaters have been having a hard time since COVID. So why on earth, if it's their busiest day, how about, we see down here he didn't erase his numbers from yesterday. So you made 800 bucks. How about you just don't do your Christmas stream? This appears to be your busiest, most lucrative day of the year. How about you just don't do it? Doesn't this guy have a degree in business or something? I don't know. But again, yes, also, shocker to this guy, I know, because there's nobody else outside of his little bubble. Not everybody celebrates Christmas. There are people who are Jewish. There are people who are all other different kinds of religions. There are people who are atheist or agnostic and choose not to celebrate anything. And that's their choice. I don't know why. This is that like narcissistic one way of thinking. What I do, what I like, what I celebrate is what everybody else does. This is a guy where you would constantly have to look over at him and be like, yo, others, other people.
anyway, um, Merry Christmas to all. As you can see, Jasper Kitty is in a festive mood. He's all over me today. He's been all over me all morning. He's just been a very active kitty today. Maybe he knows that it's Christmas Eve and he's excited. It
Maybe he's crying for an escape hatch.
could be, right? So how is everyone? Jesse, how are you? Jesse in the chat says, hello, hope you and your wife have a very nice and safe Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and keep up the good work and stay safe. Thank you, Jesse. And all of you. Goes for everyone else out there, too. Please be safe. Please have a good time. Please be responsible. Don't go crazy. So, when I move the mic arm all the time, it's distracting. Who's moving the mic arm? Literally, I just got this. So shall we? Shall we get to it? My new piece of equipment that we're going to start to use. So I got, as you can see, well, you can kind of see, a new boom mic arm. What is a boom mic arm? It is basically an adjustable, movable arm that allows you to move your microphone around for different positions. So, for example, I'm doing the podcast right now, so the microphone is right there. And if you guys are like, oh, it's cutting out or whatever, I could go, oh, okay. And I can actually maneuver the mic closer to me, so now it sounds better for the podcast, you see? But then when I go to do gaming, oh, I'm going to do some gaming now. I can actually adjust it and turn it over here. So since I'm facing the TV, I can have the microphone at a better angle so that it picks up my voice better while I'm playing the game. Now, of course, ultimately the question is, how is this going to work with something like the background effect? Oh no, half of my kitty has disappeared. All I have is a butt of a kitty here. Where's the rest? Jasper, where's the rest of you? You have to rematerialize on camera.
I don't know about anybody else, but all I see on the screen right now are two big asses.
Come back over here. Come back over here. There's the kitty. So I don't know how the AI effects will work. Right now my microphone, see? So it seems like the AI effects kind of like cut out where the microphone is. So I guess we'll have to see how they work, you know? And it'll be adjustable. That's the good thing about a boom mic arm, is that it's fully adjustable. I can make it higher, lower on the fly because it's fully maneuverable. So we can play with it until we get it to be like a good situation.
No, you, dude, you should be doing this. You should be in your OBS. You should be in your office. You should be putting on all your filters or whatever the hell it is you're doing right here. You should already know. You should already know how it looks, how it sounds, what it does. And I don't know about anybody else, but I am seriously tired of this guy talking to me like I'm five, like I don't have object permanence, like I'm some kind of idiot. I don't know if he's explaining how these things work so that he understands how they work, or if he just really thinks everyone is that stupid. I'm not sure which one it is, and I guess it's really rather inconsequential, but super annoying. Also, I didn't ask you how it worked. Somebody in your chat just said don't do it, it's distracting, which in all fairness, he only did it once. It didn't distract me, but okay.
Can I sing any songs by the Police? Name one. Name a song you want to hear, and I'll croon into the mic because that's what boom mic arms are for. No, it's funny because just a couple of weeks ago, well, maybe like a month ago, I don't even know. Time flies now, right? I was on this show criticizing Review Tech USA for having a boom mic arm. Now, the reason I criticize Review Tech is very simple. Review Tech doesn't need a boom mic arm. He literally sits in one place the entire show, watching other people's clips and reacting to them. That's all he does. He literally has.
You don't know what anybody else wants. You don't know what anybody else needs. You don't know the reason why. I personally have a microphone that, for my setup, does not require a arm like that. Mine is just simply on my desk in front of me. Very, very basic setup. I don't know why you're criticizing. Just let other people do what they want to do. Maybe he needs it. Maybe he doesn't. What the hell do you know? Do you live in that man's house? But here we have found a reason to shit on somebody else. Remember what he said 2 minutes ago about why is everybody so grumpy and so mean-spirited? Remember that.
Has no reason to ever move his microphone. Okay? Oh, but
You don't know who has a reason to move their microphone and why. You have no idea. You have absolutely no idea. Some people move things on their desk every once in a while to clean them. Another concept foreign to you, I'm sure.
by the way, I have to change the leaderboard. Yes.
Yeah, why don't you worry about your own shit? Look, hey, you made $800 today. I guess no one has to give you any money.
You have to go down to the floor now so I can do the leaderboard, okay?
Now go down to that dirty floor, you poor little thing.
Like, he literally doesn't even do anything with it. There's no reason for him to have it. I literally need it. I needed it for 10 years and never had it.
I don't know how you've needed it for 10 years and didn't have it. I don't know that I would have repeated that information out loud. I'd rather have something and not need it. I don't know anything about Rich, but maybe he doesn't need it. I have absolutely no way of knowing. I will never be that presumptuous, but you've needed it and didn't have it. So when it comes down to who's more stupid, I think we might have a clear winner here.
I'm moving back and forth here. I'm playing games. I'm doing a podcast. I'm doing different kinds of content. For me, the boom mic is perfect. It's like exactly what you would want.
You could very easily just slide a microphone that sits on your desk around. If you had a proper desk, if you had a proper setup for somebody who does this kind of stuff. I was a Twitch streamer for 2 years, so I had this all figured out back in, I don't know, 2013, 2014. You don't have to do nearly as much maneuvering as you think you do. But again, we're hitting that overinflated sense of self-importance. Oh, I have so much I have to do when I have such a complicated thing. Yeah, guy, we know. What's really a shame is how complicated you think it is, just so that you feel better about yourself. None of this shit is complicated.
For him, I mean, he could sit there with his mic up his ass and it wouldn't matter. It would sound exactly the same.
Ditto.
So, anyway, that's why I need. So let's see. So right now, as you can see, it's in the shot because of the way that it hangs in. It's maneuverable though. Like I could actually have it just go back. See that? And now it's a little better. I could actually have it go up even further back. So now it's out of the shot. But as you can see, now the microphone's further away. And it probably sounds a little different, doesn't it? So I have the...
It's not out of the shot. Everybody can see it. If you were actually intelligent enough and you would maneuver your webcam, you probably could get it completely out of the shot. But why is this something that why are we going, why are we going on and on about this? Have I just been gaslit? I don't know. I just got really confused as to why this is a thing we're talking about all of a sudden.
The ability to adjust um, at any time, but it's going to change the audio quality as well. Now, of course, there's filters that I can use. There's different levels of audio filters that I can use that would make it sound better or worse, right? So depending on, what we're doing here, we're going to probably be adjusting it for a while. We're going to get it down to a science.
You should have already done this. Whether your audio quality is good or bad or whatever it is, you should already know these things. You should already have recorded clips of yourself talking at certain distances away from your mic, what it looks like in the shot. Do you want to change your camera angle? Does it bother you? It personally doesn't bother me when I watch people that I enjoy on YouTube and I can see their microphone, whether it's one that's sitting right in front of them on their desk or it's off to the side or whatever it is. You can see their mic or their pop filter or whatever. I don't really know why this is something that we have to talk about. And if it's something that bothers you, you are capable of fixing this. Welcome to This Is How You Don't YouTube, episode number 4 or 5 or whatever I'm on. All of this should have been done. What do you mean we're going to have to play around with this for a while? No, we actually don't have to do shit. What you need to do is handle all of this behind the scenes. Not only is this none of your audience's business, but who in the actual hell cares about this? Certainly not the people that are here for gaming. So we have discussed really superfluous things, and we've now had a section on yet again how not to YouTube.
What I think I'm going to do is during the podcast and or me talking to you guys for videos, the microphone will be in one position, but then when I go to game, I'm turning over here. So if I'm about to game, I'll do this. And now the microphone is literally right here as I game, which means you guys should be able to hear me pretty well, right? Like it's probably sounding a lot better now that I moved it over here. So here we are. This would be my gaming position as I'm about to game.
Could just as easily slide a microphone that isn't attached to an arm right over to that other desk. But continue.
See? Now how does this look like this? Pretty good, right? So, nice, right? No change. It sounds the same. That's good. That's a good thing. That's an actual good thing if it sounds the same, because that's what you want. You don't want the mic to be stuck in one spot, and then when you move to do gaming, now you can't hear me. So that's perfect. So there you go. You're right. I look like a keyboard player. Like I'm going to start playing the piano. I'll tickle the ivories like Elton John here. All right. So that's good. This is all good stuff.
This is painful. This is so painful.
So we'll be messing with it. We'll be maneuvering it and trying to get it perfect. The only thing I'm concerned about, okay, every single boom mic arm has to attach to your desk. Well, guess what? My laptop desk, in all their wisdom, when they made this thing over a decade ago when I bought it, has a curved edge because they want it to look stylish, so it's curved. So because it's curved, the clamp doesn't perfectly adjust on it. Like I got it on there real tight, but it might loosen over time, and so it might fall.
And sometimes they do. Way back in the day, I had a microphone that did that. You could attach it to your desk, and over time, especially the more you're wiggling it and messing with it, like you're doing right now, yeah, you're going to have to fix that. Also, if you bought the desk 10 years ago, you weren't using this kind of a microphone back then, genius, which means other parts of your equipment need some kind of an update. You chose that desk because it was what worked for you at the time. I don't understand this. I have a theory. I don't know if it's a hot take or not, but this man must not have anybody else to talk to, because this little frivolous garbage that he's just yapping endlessly on about right here, this is stuff that he should be talking to friends about, to his beloved wife about, to somebody about. But the fact that he comes on here and shares nearly every detail of his life and everything that's going on shows that nobody else wants to listen to him. He forces you to come here and listen to this absolute repetitive garbage because he has nobody else to talk to.
In which case, I'm going to have to readjust it, and there's nothing I can do about it. Like, every boom mic is like that. They all say, oh, works best on a desk that, is like a square end, and I don't have a square end. This new desk is a square end, but this one is the one that I'm moving all over the place. So I don't want to have my boom mic rolling all over the place with the desk. I want it, in a stationary position. So there you go. So good stuff. Anyway, happy holidays, everyone. I hope that you're all doing well. And I am sure many of you are going to be very busy today and tomorrow. Me as well. After this stream, I'm going to have a nice meal with my wife. Every Christmas Eve, we have a tradition. We order Chinese food. I know that sounds weird, but basically it's a tradition that my family has done for many, many years based off of a holiday Christmas classic, the movie The Christmas Story, or A Christmas Story.
Do you know how many people do that? Oh, look at you. It's really so sad, isn't it? I'm so original. I'm so cool. We do this thing that they did in a movie. You are so sad right now. Look at you.
You remember, in the movie, the family is trying to make Christmas dinner, and they got a big turkey that they're cooking and everything, but then the Bumpus Hounds rush in their house and destroy their Christmas meal, and they're left with nothing. They're like, what do we do? Well, what's open during Christmas? Chinese food, because the Chinese don't celebrate the Christmas holiday, so they go to a Chinese restaurant, right? So basically, when I was growing up, my family always went over either my great aunt's house, who she was kind of like my grandmother, or we went over my godparents' house, okay? And we always had Christmas or Christmas Eve there. But after a while, there was some weird falling out in my family, and honestly, I don't even know what caused it. I wasn't involved in it. I was like a teenager, so I don't know what's going on. I'm busy with my own life and stuff. So,
I can't imagine why a family like yours, probably filled with more people like you, would have a falling out. No. Wow. I mean, damn. Who'd have thought?
In this regard, we needed something else to do. We weren't going to the family's house for Christmas anymore because no one wanted to talk to each other for whatever reason. So that's when, on Christmas Eve, we started going.
We needed something to do, you guys. We're all too stupid to cook our own fucking food. What do we do? What do we do if we can't show up to somebody else's house and eat all of theirs? I don't know how this contraption works called a stove.
Out and eating Chinese food every single Christmas Eve, and we did this for many, many years. But yeah, so Chinese food tonight, when my wife gets home from work, we're going to order some Chinese food for our traditional Christmas Eve dinner. And then all night, all we're going to do is relax. We're going to probably watch Christmas specials, maybe have a few drinks, have a good relaxing time together. Tomorrow, we got a big day planned. We're going to make a breakfast together. That's going to include eggs and waffles and bacon and all kinds of stuff. And we're going to be eating baked goods, and we're going to be relaxing and having a big dinner with a spiral ham, all kinds of stuff going on for our Christmas.
All you do is eat. Oh, my God. We're going to have this big Chinese food. Then we're going to get up and have a huge breakfast and then all this dinner, for God's sake. And I don't really know what relaxing entails. I assume she ignores you, cleans up the house, cleans up around your filthy ass while you pull Hogan's, but you don't really sound all that busy, for God's sake. I mean, I can put away food as much as anybody else can, but how often are you people eating? Or drinking?
Baptiste said, I wish you had gotten a fortune cookie that said, don't collab with Stuttering Craig. That would have been a good one. That would have certainly been pretty prophetic. Although it's funny because at the time, that was before I had actually attended Screw Attack Gaming Convention in 2013, 2012. It was either 2012, 2013. And that collab worked fine. They had me as a guest, and I had a vendor table. And I was part of the Iron Man of Gaming, event. And did really good in it. I was in the top, the finalists of that and everything. So, there you go. All right.
Craig lives rent-free in your head, doesn't he? Oh my goodness. Can we taste the salt? Yep, sodium content is a little high.
All right, so there you have it. What I'd like to do is talk about yesterday, because yesterday, a lot came out of yesterday. If you're not aware, quite a few interesting things happened during the Christmas marathon that I'd like to talk about. I certainly suspect that today I will not have a lot of viewers. I bet we're going to have very low viewership because it's a holiday. And
Then maybe you should take the hint, bro. If nobody else is sitting around online, maybe you should go do something else. Didn't you say your wife had to go to work this morning? Why don't you throw a load of wash in for her so she doesn't have to do it? Why don't you spend the morning/afternoon, what have you, cleaning up for her a little bit? Wrap her Christmas presents, unless you're just giving her some hand-me-down shit or whatever, which you probably are. Duty speculated that, I saw the other day on Twitter. Why don't you do something for her? Instead of, oh, well, I'm here alone and I can't be alone in my own thoughts, so I guess I'll try to come on here and shake some of these poor people down for some more of their fucking money. Why don't you go do something? I'm positive that cat litter box needs changed. Is he hungry? Why don't you spend some time with him? Play with him. Do something nice for your wife. Do something nice for somebody else. Instead of crying and moaning and complaining about how you don't know how many people are going to show up today. Well, take the hint, dude. Everybody else was going and living their life. I know that you don't have one all of your very own, but you could make one if you wanted to.
and more than likely, so many people are going to be busy today. So, hey, if you're here and you can contribute, please do. Thanks in advance to anyone
Made $800 the previous day. Made $800.
who does. I'm not going to have any pressure today about hitting goals. It's going to be great
But I just let you know that if you could give me some more money, that'd be great. But no pressure.
if we do hit a goal today, but I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, we got to hit the goals and we got to get this and that. Yesterday was amazing. So for the record, by the way, hello, a lot of people are showing up. Hold on here. Jade, how are you? He said, I'm not going to stay. I'm going to my dad's house for Christmas Eve. Sounds good. Thanks for stopping by, Jade, and thanks for hanging out some of the day yesterday as well.
Is Jade like his illegitimate son? Like what? I mean, I know why he gets the sweet little princess treatment where he never gets talked badly to. I know, but it's just really crazy that's the only person just about that I don't think this man will ever turn on, regardless.
Captain DCW, how are you? He says, you have me for the whole time. I have Christmas Eve off today. Oh, awesome. You finally got a nice day off. That's good to hear. So,
Imagine having one day off and this is what you choose to do. That is who unironically watches this? Who wakes up? I enjoy making content on it and talking about the narcissism and the toxicity of it all and everything. But who wakes up and goes, "Oh boy, I can't wait to be ridiculed, minimized, and made fun of."
welcome and happy holidays to you. Hopefully you're having a good time. So let's do it. Let's talk about yesterday. Okay, let's talk about how it went.
Why? Why do we have to talk about yesterday? Can we talk about today?
So,
So
oh really?
cringe.
Val looks like I just got home from my family. Oh yeah? Well, welcome. Yak Almighty, happy holidays to you. How's everyone? So yesterday, crazy marathon, went really well. First of all, $800 raised, 5 goals hit in one stream. And that's what I mean about this new system. If I was just doing the streak, literally yesterday, only 1 goal would have counted towards the streak. And that would have been it. And
Leave your hair alone. You're probably actually making more of it fall out. Leave it alone. Why do you keep touching it? I'm not even on camera. Haven't touched my hair since I sat down. You are a weirdo. Stop touching yourself. Feel free to clip it and take it out of context if you like.
everyone would have been like, wow, well, that's kind of underwhelming because you had such a good day.
You're making it
Right?
worse every time you touch it. Stop it.
Because we're not doing this silly streak anymore. Man, does it help. We jump ahead 5 numbers towards a goal. We only need 5 more goals, and we're going to do another DSP tries it. Now, what should it be? We could still do the chicken nuggets from Taco Bell. with other things if that's really what you
Already
want,
talking
or
about
we
the
can
next goal.
brainstorm something different.
Already talking about the next
Okay,
goal.
let's think about it. I'm okay with the Taco Bell nuggets, except I just think they're going to be very underwhelming and not very good.
You're
I
okay
don't
with
know how
anything.
good of a DSP tries it the Taco Bell nuggets are going to be. So let's see if we can come up with anything else, any other ideas. But if you want to do them, we'll do them. Chicken nuggets from Taco Bell, and like I said, I'll probably get another thing. We'll split it with something else and have a few other items as well. So we're halfway there. Holy crap, right? In one stream, we get halfway to our next goal. That's what it's all about. Seriously, that's why this new system works much better than the streak system, in my opinion. Okay?
Oh, yes, we know.
WCW's family isn't even doing anything for Christmas. His mom went to a friend's place, and he doesn't want to go, so he's just hanging out at home. Well, there you have it. Will I have any more upgrades for next stream? Probably not. I do have a keyboard wrist rest that's coming. That's supposed to be for the whole keyboard, and that's coming. But outside of that, probably not. I think this is at this point the extent of the upgrades I'm going to do. At some point, I probably will get a new chair. This one is still fine, but at some point, I'll probably get a new chair, maybe a more comfy one. The thing is, whatever chair I get, it's going to change my setup. Like, this chair is a certain height. Any other chair I get is going to be taller because this chair doesn't have height adjustment. So if I have a taller, now I'm not going to fit in the setup. It's going to be different. I don't know. But I don't know if I'm going to rush to get a chair or anything. Probably not. This chair is fine. So, okay. Oh, hold on. I received a generous $16 tip. Someone says, Jamal, cut off. Jamal, leftover Jaeger bombs, let's go. Someone wants Jamal to get drunk again. Well, I don't recommend it, Jamal, unless you're in a safe place and you're not going anywhere today.
Yeah, unless you never leave your house like I do, then you can get fucked up every day, like I do.
Then go ahead and have fun. Be responsible. But thank you, whoever this is, an anonymous $16 tipper.
It's just funny to me how this guy like half scolds, half warns people to like be responsible. The man who made $800 yesterday and is probably sitting here this morning with $5 in his bank account. But be responsible. Okay.
Let me tell you, it is so nice to just be able to update the leaderboard from this regular sitting position. Remember, every time I update it, I have to go over here. Not anymore. With this new setup, we're good. With this new setup now.
We are going to be hearing about this new setup until 2027, y'all. So just sit down, fucking grab something to eat, and get comfy. Because we are never, ever going to hear the end of this. I've been following this man for like 3 years. And there are just some certain things you are never going to stop hearing about. And I think this is one of them. It'll be happy 2028. So my new setup.
Now everything's a natural spot. Nice and ergonomic. Very good. So thank you guys so much. Okay. So
Yeah, thanks
let's
for all
talk
that
about
money.
yesterday's marathon. So first of all, 5 goals hit. Tremendous amount of support.
You said all this already.
Thank you all for that. All right. Now, what came out of yesterday's marathon?
A fuck ton of money that you wasted.
Well, first off, we played Dino Crisis on the PS5
I am absolutely not listening to this.
Pro. And let me tell you,
I am absolutely not listening to this. So we are going to have a whole big skipperoo. He's acting like an asshole about something here. Let's make sure we get
shitting
this.
on me saying I didn't give the game a fair shake. So you're deaf and blind is what it is. No, I'm going to repeat myself so everyone can hear me. Are you ready? Okay.
Try to find your scene, old man. There you go.
It's okay for you to like Stellar Blade. Just like it's okay for me to not like it. But for you to watch me play it for an hour and then completely write off my firsthand experience of the game, saying that I purposefully didn't like it, and you are completely fucking ridiculous. That is so disingenuous. Here's what it is. You love the game, and you're upset that someone else doesn't like it. Well, welcome to real life. In real life, not everyone likes the same shit. Do you get it? Some people like this and dislike that, and that's okay. I had a valid experience with it. I shared that valid experience, and I deserve to be taken seriously. Now, oh, he just went and dressed like Santa and he was always going to make fun of it. No, well, I make fun of every game I play. Did you notice that? Every single game I play, we laugh together, we have a good time, we joke. But then some games I still like and some games I don't. In this case, I fucking was bored within an hour. I didn't want to play it ever again because I was so goddamn bored. That's valid. I have the right to say that, and you should respect it. Now, you see, he's just being an asshole. He's not being professional. It was a fucking Christmas marathon. I was dressed up like Santa. I was drinking. I was trying to have fun with a game that I already knew what it was. And then when I played it, it validated all of my concerns about it. It was fucking boring, just like Black Myth Wukong. So I don't like that kind of game. Deal with it because that's a valid opinion. You can still love it and that's okay, but you should respect my opinion that I don't like every game. And if you got a problem with that, you're a fucking fanboy. Let me repeat myself, okay? I'm going to say it again.
Oh,
if
boy.
you have a problem with me not liking Stellar Blade, you are a fanboy of Stellar Blade and you should wake the fuck up. Not everyone likes everything and that's okay. My opinion is valid. Just because you like it, stop becoming the Stellar Blade Defense Force. You're not going to get paid for it, and Eve's not going to come to your house and give you a handy because you fucking kissed the game's butt. All right?
I don't think that's why they like the game. I don't think them liking the game is because they want anyone to kiss their ass. I don't know anything about the game, didn't play the game, so I'm not going to comment on anything about the game. But see, here's the interesting thing. Because he shit-talked the game so badly for reasons, doesn't even matter the reasons, but because he talked, here's his problem, and he does this quite often. He doesn't like the way something looks, doesn't like that it's a woman or that she's, hot or whatever. For whatever reason, he doesn't like something. Before he actually experiences it, he talks a bunch of shit about it because he jumps to conclusions and he thinks he knows what he's talking about, also wants to be treated like a professional and now tells you it's not supposed to be professional. So I guess we just jump through that loophole whenever it's convenient. But the thing about it is that even if he played that game yesterday and liked it, which I don't think he did, I don't think he likes games. He's here for a paycheck. That's fine. I get it. But even if he loved it, he has to double down now and say that it's awful. Again, for reasons, whatever. He is totally entitled to his opinion. But his opinion is pretty much only based on the fact that if he said he liked anything about it, he'd look like an asshole. Okay, he'd look like a bigger asshole. That's what this really is. Because when you talk shit about something and then you play it and you go, oh, you know what? This isn't actually so bad. He probably would have caught more shit for it than just doubling down and saying that he doesn't hate it. I don't know if the game is boring. I watched Sir Moist play some of it back in the day when it came out. Didn't look boring to me. I just don't have time to play a lot of games, and I like very, very boring games. So it just wasn't for me, but that's fine. But again, everybody is entitled to their opinion, but you are shitting on this game just to shit on it because you need to feel right in this moment. It confirmed everything that I thought wasn't going to be good about it. Yes, we know. You're just the gaming master. You're the gaming god. You can see 10 seconds of a video game and tell us everything about it. Yes, we know. You're right and we're wrong. You're just the czar of right and we're floating in a sea of wrong. We get it.
The game has valid things about it that are good. I don't necessarily like them, but you're never going to sleep with Eve. So there's no point in being part of the Stellar Blade Defense Force.
Why are you so worried about who thinks they're going to sleep with the main character or not? Why is that something that you're worried about? Sir, you should probably be more worried about who you're sleeping with or not sleeping with.
Grow the fuck up.
Ditto. Take your own advice, sir.
Okay. Unbelievable.
Oh, look, you think you're so... Oh, yeah, I got him. I really nailed him. Really grilled that asshole.
Exactly. Clint Cook says, well, we can dream. You could dream. You could dream. Maybe tonight, kids will have visions of sugar plums dancing in their heads, and you'll have visions of Eve jumping in your bed. I mean, I don't know what to say. Some people are just fucking perverted, I guess. But
how is that perverted? How is it perverted for heterosexual men to think that video game characters who are attractive that you want to get into bed with them? How is this perverted? I don't know if that was how I felt. I'm not sure that I would maybe share that publicly on the internet. Maybe some people are comfortable with that. But what is wrong with this? I don't understand how this is perverted or wrong or whatever. Just because you live with a roommate that's got a ring on her finger, that doesn't mean that's what everybody else does. But I do want to say here, because I haven't talked about this before, it's very clear that this gentleman here has some addiction problems with gambling, with drinking, I think eating. He certainly seems like he has some kind of food fetish, but I'm not here to even get into all of that. But what I do know is from studying narcissism, from studying addiction, people who have addiction problems, there are people who are addicted to sex. There are people who are addicted to some of those things. This gentleman, very clearly, as far as I know, doesn't have that problem, doesn't have that addiction necessarily. So here's the thing. He's very addicted to gambling, very addicted to booze. Whatever it is that you are hooked on, that's pretty much all you care about. I don't know if this dude's an incel. I don't know what he thinks or anything like that. But what I do know is I do know some things that he is addicted to, and I know that those things run his life. He cannot wait to get away from this computer to go play his games and drink his booze. And that's all he wants to do. This dude, I think the reason why he talks so negatively about things that have to deal with sex or romance or relationships is I think that at this point, not that it's a foreign concept to him, but at this point, he is so into his addictions and so deep, it doesn't register. I guarantee you right now, this man could not be less interested in sex. I'm not saying that he never has urges or desires. He is still a human being like the rest of us. But I guarantee at this point, when those things arise, they are nothing more than a pain in the ass to him. They are nothing more than something else that gets in the way. He is not focused on that stuff. So since he's not focused on it, he criticizes everybody else who is. People who have addictions are madly in love with their addiction. He doesn't love the cat, doesn't love the wife, doesn't love anything else. He loves the games, the gambling games, pulling the Hogans, what have you, and he loves the booze. That's all he loves. That's all he's ever going to love. That is what absolutely runs this man's life. He is a slave to meeting those addictions, making sure that those needs that he has are met. Sex, romance, anything like that doesn't even register. That's why when Kat came and sat down next to him, they looked like really awkward ass college roommates because he doesn't look at her with any kind of desire. I'm not here to talk about what she looks like or her weight or to make fun of her or anything like that. That doesn't have anything to do with it. It doesn't have anything to do with Kat or any other woman for that matter. This woman in this video game, he couldn't give two shits about. He wants WWE champions and probably other games that he's playing that he's addicted to, and he wants alcohol. And that's the thing with addiction. That's all you love, that's all you want, and everything else is just a pain in the ass. Everything else is just a bridge, a long-winded, boring bridge. He hates coming in here and sitting down and doing this all day long. I guarantee he's working on them addictions up until he sits down in that chair, and every time he steps away. That is what his brain is absolutely run by. But because there are, again, heterosexual men who want to sleep with this sexy, attractive character, there's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't make you a pervert. I rambled. Continue.
But, for me, I don't care about
Obviously.
that shit. The game is not attractive to me as eye candy, and the gameplay is boring, so I don't care. It ends up being a boring game.
But Disney Dreamlight Valley was just absolutely riveting, right?
So anyway, back.
Ooh, really, really awkward, uncomfortable laugh. Oof. Really awkward, uncomfortable laugh because he hates this. He hates all of this. He just wants to get all of this conversation over with as quickly as possible because he hopes nobody realizes how awkward he is.
T says, "Oh, I know what I'll ask for Santa for tonight." Well, there you go. All right, so
Ew, girls are yucky.
here's the deal. Okay, I know this is bothering me.
Girls are yucky. Give me some booze.
Since no one obviously now wants to see me play Stellar Blade, because I'm not even kidding. Before last night, everyone's like, "Oh, we got to play Stellar Blade. Phil's got to play Stellar Blade." So I played it. I gave you an hour of it. I gave you an hour of an.
And then you melted down like a weirdo and basically shamed people who liked it and made sure that everybody knew your opinion, but then shit on everybody else's. So apparently you're the only one who's allowed to have an opinion. Who on earth, you idiot, would want to watch you play something like that now? You've basically made every dude in your audience feel like some sort of creepy pervert for just liking the game. Yeah, no one's going to want to watch you play it and watch you bitch and whine and complain about how you hate it. I have no idea what is going on in that brain of yours. It sounds dumb and scary.
Honest reaction to it. People don't like the fact that I'm honest. They want me to kiss the game's butt, which I'm not going to do.
Nobody wants you to kiss the game's ass. Again, you complete and utter manic lunatic. Nobody wants you to kiss anything's ass. But you could have said, well, gave it a shot for an hour and I can see why some people like it. It just doesn't seem like it's for me. But hey, thanks for making me try it. We did it together. And now, it just kind of confirms I don't like it. I didn't think I would. And now we can move on to other things. But you lash out so horrifically and so violently and guilt people and shame people and minimize people's experiences and their likes and make everybody feel so bad that now, no, they'll never ask you for it again. However, that's exactly what you want. That's exactly why you do what you do. When you react so negatively, when you shame somebody, you're attempting to condition them to not ask for something again, to not bring something up. So you shame them. You tell them that they're a mouth drooler and that they're an idiot because it makes them feel bad. And then the next time they think about it, they'll say, oh, I'm not going to ask him to play that game. He called me an idiot last time. He told me I was stupid, so I'm not going to ask him to play that game again. It's exactly what he wants. It's why narcissists minimize and attempt to condition people and get people to walk around on eggshells. Don't ask him to play certain games. Don't ask him to do certain things, or he's going to chew your ass about it. So if you don't want that, you better just shut up.
So after that, now it seems like most people do not want me to do Stellar Blade as a reward when we hit this goal of 100.
Way to move the goalpost, bro.
And that's not going to be good.
Way to move the goalpost.
I'll agree with you. I don't think it would be good. It would be me puffing my way through a game that I don't like, I'm bored to tears of, and it's going to be the same situation as Black Myth Wukong where I want to quit halfway through.
Shed a tear for him, you guys.
Okay?
This life is so hard.
In this regard, I think that we should do something different. Here's my idea, but the truth is we still have 75 more goals to go, so we still have a ways to go. All right, but here's what I think. I think when we hit 100 goals, we should revive the Viewer's Choice Playthrough event. Do you remember what that was? I haven't done it in a long time, so many of you probably don't even remember that it exists. So the Viewer's Choice Playthrough is as follows. You guys nominate a ton of games, and then they get narrowed down, and then you vote, and then they get narrowed down, and then eventually it comes down to one. And that game, I end up playing a series of streams. Usually it's like 3 streams. And based on how those 3 streams go, if you like it, if I like it, how they perform, if people show up and engage in support, most of the time, those games actually become full playthroughs. Not always, but a lot of the time, they become full playthroughs. And over the years, you guys have asked for so many different games. Like, for example, the entire Yakuza series, the entire Persona series, all right? Various Fallout playthroughs, various Elder Scrolls playthroughs. Games such as Danganronpa, games such as Phoenix Wright, games such as, what was the other one? The other visual novel that I played. I can't even remember it at this point. But like,
I think the player's choice was Stellar Blade. So now you shit all over Stellar Blade. You've made them again feel like perverts if they like Stellar Blade. So then you moved the goalpost and took that away from them. And now you want them to pick another game. You want them to pay you thousands of dollars to choose a game. And doesn't matter what game they choose, you are going to end up making the final decision. If someone nominates a game, nah, I don't like that. We're not playing that. So you've taken their choice and now you're going to give them a curated list of choices to pick from. And then after they paid for that game, now you're telling them that they may or may not, respectively, get the entire playthrough. So they're going to give you thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for you to stream something once, potentially. For you to potentially stream something once, go, this sucks. Oh, well. So, guys, listen, when we hit that 150 goal, yeah, that's so cool.
There's been, like, no exaggeration, 20,
That totally means exaggeration, by the way.
30 playthroughs that have come out of Viewer's Choice that literally I never would have played. Entire franchises I didn't even know existed. All right? And now, here's the real big deal about this.
No, here is the real big deal about this, right here. I'll give it to you. You have been doing this for like, what, 50, 60,000 years at this point? How have there been 30 playthroughs where you didn't know the games exist? Isn't this like your whole life? Isn't this your whole life? Well, supposedly. I mean, we all know that you just show up for the paycheck, but isn't this what you're supposed to know all about? And I hear this all the time. In this chat, I've commented on it before. I've never heard of that game. Oh, it doesn't sound like I would like that game. And this and that. And he has no idea. There are entire franchises that you've never heard of. I'm sure there's a fuck ton of franchises I've never heard of, but I haven't played video games professionally for a living for the last 20 fucking years. How is there stuff that you either don't know about or have no clue about or haven't played before? There's games you haven't played before, but we've had 3 go-throughs with Bloodborne? Okay. I mean, honestly, half of the shit that comes out of your mouth makes you sound really, really bad, bro. Maybe think. Maybe think about maybe some questions that you could potentially be asked and how to answer them in a way that doesn't make you look so ignorant. Didn't you know everything about video games and everyone's supposed to come to you for all this advice and you're so good at all this stuff, but yet there's so much stuff you don't know about? Okay, continue.
I have a PC game, a PC to play games on now. The sky is the limit.
Welcome
I
to
can literally
1996.
play anything. Anything. So this would be probably the most open Viewer's Choice event ever in history. So I think that's what we should do. So now instead of just saying, well, it's going to be Stellar Blade, well, I don't like Stellar Blade, so I don't care about.
Don't you love how he gives the people? It's called the illusion of choice. He's still going to play what he wants to play. Make no mistake. You're all going to throw your suggestions in there, and then I'm going to pick the 5 that I like the best, and then we'll vote on those. And then I'll pick the 3 that I like I like the best, and then we'll vote on those. Do you love it, though? It's the illusion of letting people think that they're playing something wild.
The goal, you have a chance. Your voice will be heard. Everyone gets to nominate.
Your voice will be heard, and I will absolutely ignore it and continue to do whatever the fuck I want to do.
Games for the Viewer's Choice event. Everyone. So I think this is actually an even better idea than just Stellar Blade. Okay? So we'll see what happens. Let's see what happens and go from there. But I think that's what we should do. So here's how it's going to go. We're still going to have every 10 that we hit, we do a DSP Tries It. Now, the next DSP Tries It right now is still Taco Bell chicken nuggets. But after that, we got to figure out more. As I've told you, I'd be willing to do different DSP Tries It's. Perhaps instead of all food, we could do some liquor. Like if you guys have an idea of a certain beer to try or a certain liquor to try, I could do that as like a night reward. Like at the end of my late stream for the day, I could have like a 20-minute alcohol taste test with all of you and chill and talk while I taste the liquor or whatever. We could do that too. Someone had that idea. I was like, I'll do that. It's something different. Okay. So every 10, we're going to do that as a reward. When we hit 50, We're going to do a themed marathon. What will it be? I don't know, but let's start thinking because we have about a month to figure it out. Probably about a month when we'll hit 50. So will it be a Rageathon? Will it be an Indies marathon? Would it be
How presumptuous to know when you're going to hit it. And as far as a rageathon, then play Stellar Blade. You clearly hate it. You clearly raged about it. And I mean, Rageathon, you rage at everything. I remember watching this guy play Hogwarts Legacy. I loved Hogwarts Legacy, by the way. I played it like 3 times. And him just raging and getting like so mad at it. And the game was not difficult in any way, shape, or form. I really loved it. I really enjoyed it. I mean, that's just me. But that's what's so wild. Don't you rage? Maybe not a full, like, maybe not a full blown, like, scorned, it kind of meltdown, but you rage at everything. You literally hate everything.
play a certain game all day long and try to do a challenge run where I get a certain length into it with certain criteria? Hey, we could do a Mega Man marathon where I play all the classic Mega Mans with criteria and try to get through it, right? There you go. We'll see. But yeah, let's see what you want at 50. Let's start talking about that. Then again, every 10 we'll keep doing the incremental rewards, and then at 100 we do the viewer's choice event where you guys will start to nominate and vote on games and narrow them down into a player's choice playthrough. And that player's choice or a viewer's choice playthrough, we start with a stream or two. We see how the streams go. If they go well, then it becomes a full playthrough in my schedule. And this way, it's not just limited to just Stellar Blade. It could be any game. This should get more people excited because now anyone could be on there and get a game nominated.
Why aren't you having them nominate games now? Didn't you just say you looked at like the release schedule for 2025 and at least for the immediate time being, it looked pretty barren? So why don't you have them pick the games they like now so that you're not sitting here in 3 weeks in mid-January with your thumb up your ass going, guys, I don't know what you want. I don't know what you want me to play. Why don't you just pick something? Okay, I know what the answer to that one is, so I've asked rhetorically and I won't answer it.
And it's better than just the one game, I feel. Okay? So there you go. Now hold on 1 second because I'm about to sneeze.
I think that is where I'm going to go ahead and end this. I have absolutely had enough, and I want to see what he's getting into today. But if you hung around for this video, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Subscribe if you haven't yet, if you want to see more videos, and I'll see you in the next one.